Welcome to the mixing room.
I'm Daniel.
I'm Trent.
And guys, we have a hilarious, amazing episode today that this one also almost became a two-parter. We did a two-parter with Harvey Street earlier this season, just because we had five guys and we were all rotating around the table and different people on different mics and just talking about all kinds of stuff, their album, their tour, me knowing them growing up. But now this guest, we both know him incredibly well, but Trent, you probably know him the best of the two of us.
Yes. So today's guest and I do happen to also be roommates, which is an incredible experience as far as being in a creative setting. I'll tell you, this guest is such a prolific songwriter and consistent songwriter in that he's constantly coming up with incredible song ideas. Or showing off.
He's always like workshopping stuff,
Workshopping stuff or has something to show off. And that has created such an incredible environment at our apartment where we're just sharing things constantly. So there are several songs among the singles that he has released recently and of the album coming up.
You mean recently Reese, his most recent release?
Not including recently. Shit.
I got him.
Not including recently Reese, his recent release.
You guys will catch us doing a tongue-tied thing with that later in the show.
Yes. But that I have gotten to help out with in some way or another, whether that's as a sounding board for him or taking a little time in the writer's chair as well, or helping workshop just instrument parts or...
which you'll also hear more instrument parts later in the show.
Yes. Or even, again, just like being there to... bounce ideas off of. This is also included for this guest and I several live performances of his music that we have done together, and has even turned into working on some of our own projects for the future. So an incredible range of working on music together and just a beautiful environment of creativity.
Well, and the best piece of all that is. Not only are you allowed to bounce ideas off each other and be creative, but there isn't really a deadline. Mm-hmm. I think it was John Mayer who in an interview said something to the effect of nothing kills creativity or the moment of like where you're in the studio and it's coming together, mm-hmm. it's going right, it's going well. Then the 8 o'clock dinner.
Right.
Like the artist has been in the studio that afternoon. They're getting to the thing that they've been looking for hours. They're getting to the thing, and then somebody says, "Oh, I gotta get going because I'm meeting so and so for dinner." Mm-hmm. But when you live together, you take the leftovers out of the fridge, throw it in the microwave, and you keep going.
There's a much more free form interaction we have with the project. At least for myself, he's working on it day in and day out, but I get to jump in and be there for the fun parts.
Yeah. And I mean, it shows in how rich the lyricism is, the arrangements are both. It shows both his hard work and then also the fact that he had creative input from people like yourself, Trent. Mm-hmm. And again, he's been releasing singles all this year. His most recent release is in fact called Recently Reese. Mm-hmm. And he has a single called Mermaids that is coming out right about the time of this episode. So if you're listening at home, hey, go check his socials because that might be out now.
Absolutely.
Those socials will be linked in the description of this episode. But in the meantime, you can hear more from the man himself. So here he is, the man, the myth, the legend, Sam Sparrow.
I can't believe this is happening. I can't believe this.
I can.
Mixing room listeners, I have waited a year to be on this podcast. We're going to get into that. We're going to get into how many times you guys have rejected me.
I think, what I think is funny, Sam, is, I guess we're in the interview now. Welcome, Sam. What I think is funny is the number of affiliates of yours that we've had on this show, mutuals or whatever.
All of my friends.
Yes. Like people we knew, like Soph and Amalia, but then like
Caro.
But you gave us Amber Cassidy during season 1. Like you put us in touch with her.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't even.
You should have Amber on the show. And you were also me, and we were like, yeah, we'll get to that. And then we had Amber.
Well, Amber and I were going to a show, and she was like, I told her I live with Trent, and Mixing Room fans, I live with Trent. And Everybody who's watching this probably knows that. To be fair.
You don't know that.
Actually, no, that's not true.
You could have a stray viewer.
It's the internet.
It is.
The
Anybody.
internet has no clue who I live with.
We have a couple international fans.
We do. Yeah, you check our streaming.
Do international fans have roommates?
I don't know.
No, because they
Leave a
can afford to
comment.
live
Let us know.
independently.
I
So,
want to start with foreign affairs.
but yeah, you gave us Amber Cassidy. We've had on Caro Carter. We've had Sophie, Sophia Roselle, Amalia Fleming. We've had other people that you know too, and now finally you're here.
I love Jackson from the Harvey Street Band.
Yes.
I actually don't think I know the other guys.
What do you think their names are? There's 4 of them. Pick some names if you could name them.
At least one of them is named Harvey.
All right. Well, let's actually get into this.
Okay.
This is what you've been waiting for.
I've been waiting for it. I'm waiting for it.
Okay. First one coming out the gate for you. Ready? This isn't even really a question. It's more of a proposition.
Yeah.
Talk to us about growing up in Virginia Beach.
I missed Virginia Beach. It was really fun because it is like a backroads beach town at times, but it was also like a touristy place. So there's like a lot of things to do. And I don't know, I went to kind of a big school and we had like a huge theater program.
This was like high school?
Yes.
Yeah.
In high school, we had a huge theater program and it was awesome. This is so intense for me. I need to do like a warm up. Okay. Out of all of your guests, I feel like I'm ready. Okay.
Out of all my guests,
Out of all of the mixing room guests, I feel like me being here is very funny.
how so?
Has there? Okay, maybe besides Adam, I feel like.
Shout out Adam Castiller from Dugout Entertainment.
Shout out Adam Castiller. I mean, I know you're friends with most of your guests, but like, we have college stories.
Yes, that we do. Do you want to get? We can get to those now. I want to talk. Look. Let's deviate. No, let's deviate. Let's not start over. We have a drink in our hands. Let's start with college, and we can even work our ways backwards.
Right.
So you actually come here for college about halfway through college.
Yes.
Which we already talked a little bit about Virginia Beach. How did attending college here elevate your artistry in ways that attending college in Virginia Beach couldn't? And then part 2, how did attending college in Virginia Beach impact your writing in ways that attending Belmont couldn't?
Okay. I might have to answer this backwards. So
Sure.
I went to community college. You guys know that.
Right.
And when I was there, it was like Zoom University because of the pandemic. And so I would put myself on mute, camera off, and like write songs while the classes were going because it was like community college classes. I was just doing general education because I was thinking about how I wanted to do music in some sort of way. And so I wasn't learning anything in community college that was like songwriting or I don't know, like a skill that I would practice at Belmont. But when I was in those classes, like between those classes, I was playing guitar. I was like maybe like fiddling on my guitar while like my mic was off, while my camera was off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, so once I got good at writing songs and I had been doing it for a while, then I was like, what school am I going to go to? Because I was only at community college. I was like, I don't know what college I want to go to. And I didn't even know what I wanted to do in life. And then I was like, okay, well, I'm writing a lot of songs and they're not bad enough to quit. They're just good enough.
What are you writing about in that time? Because then I'm asking that as like, I think the stereotype of that time is like there was nothing to do. We were stuck in our homes. Everybody else in the world learned how to play guitar because they had time on their hands and needed a hobby. So
that's what I did. I learned guitar because I was bored.
So, but what are you writing about? You're bored. What are you writing about?
Honestly, I was just trying to write like campfire songs like the entire time. Honestly, like it was like Paul Simon inspired music. Like I just wanted to write like me and Julio down by the schoolyard.
Paul Simon is watching this someday, and he's like, "I write better than campfire songs."
Okay, but he makes a perfect campfire song.
Oh, so
He
true.
does.
So true.
He does write better than that.
Dan, what were you writing at that point?
So I wrote a song in April of 20 that was about like wanting to reconnect with everybody when we got to go back to school and finish out senior year. And the week it came out was the week they announced that we weren't going to get to do that. And graduation was canceled basically, and there would be no return to campus.
Do you think if the song was better, that? Because I think so.
Yeah, you did not
I think you could
do what you were supposed to.
Dan, you could have saved the world, and you chose not to. Okay, that's a fair thing to write about. I was writing about nothing. I was writing about like genuinely.
Well, I think what I was really doing was seeking closure.
Okay.
You know, or at least in the sense of, if even not so much closure, but not in the sense of like I didn't get a graduation. Honest to God, I was one of the few people who didn't care that much about that.
I didn't either.
I cared more that now all of a sudden it's like it is done, right? Like you've been at home for a month and you've had this time to digest. Like, oh, I went to high school, like that happened, and I think I was just trying to contextualize that as being a thing in the past for myself.
Okay, I was opposite. I was trying to write like so I could get to the next spot, and whether it was like a love song or like anything like that, I was trying to write like a song so good that I had like a reason to maybe go to Nashville, or I don't really know where I wanted to go when I was 18, but I was like, I need to have something to write, you know?
Yeah.
So I didn't really matter what I was writing about. Like, probably whoever I had a crush on, or... Okay, I know what songs I wrote, and I don't want to talk about them because they're so bad, but they exist.
I've heard a lot of them.
You've heard, yeah.
Yeah.
You've heard the corny ones from when I like knew 3 chords. But that's what I wasn't, yeah, I wanted to write to like get away from that.
I mean, we've even talked about reworking some of them,
Yeah.
which goes to show that there's like some really good stuff from them. They weren't so bad you had to quit songwriting, as you put it.
Right. They were just good enough.
So then what brings you to that next step of I should go to music school? And how do you find that? Like,
Okay, so my aunt and uncle live in Clarksville, and we had been to Clarksville like multiple Christmases. Like I've been to Tennessee before, and I've been to Nashville and Gatlinburg before, and I was like, okay, maybe I go to Nashville and I've got family like an hour away, right? And I do some sort of business school at Vanderbilt, and then I'm doing like shows on the weekend. I thought this was like a really original idea, and it wasn't. And I told my family about it, and they're like, okay, maybe. And then, okay, mind you, I went to community college because I didn't get into college. And so you can laugh at that. I just didn't. I was like a B average student, and if you're a B average student in high school, you can go anywhere. But I wasn't just doing any work,
just
like
not Vanderbilt.
but not Vanderbilt.
Yeah, definitely not Vanderbilt.
Well, I applied to like 2 schools, and one of them was Virginia Tech for architecture, and then the other was JMU for literally anything. I was like so directionless. Like I didn't know what I was doing. So when I didn't get into Virginia Tech, I was like, wait, I'm so glad that happened because I don't want to go to Virginia Tech and I don't want to be an architect. And then I did so much theater in high school. That was what Virginia Beach was for me. It was just like a theater troupe all the time.
Yeah.
And like that's all my friends and my community. And our high school was weird because we did so much theater and it was kind of cool. You get that.
Oh yeah, for
like
sure.
our budget was insane, and we did you fly students?
There were shows where we were flying students.
That's insane.
Too. Yeah.
Like when I think about that, like why are a bunch of like 16-year-olds like getting thrown in the air?
Right.
But it rocked. Like it was
and
so
like,
cool.
Yeah, I totally get it. We had shows where we paid another fight choreographer to come in and teach us all how to sword fight and stuff. Like, why were we doing that?
Why were we doing that? Yeah.
I have scars from it. Like,
Really? Are you serious?
scars singular. I'm exaggerating a little.
Emotional scars.
Yeah, some of them emotional.
We actually talked about this in our episode with Amber Cassidy.
Oh,
2
really?
years ago.
Oh yeah, because she was a big theater kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah. I actually forgot about that. So go if you want that story, it's out there. Go listen to.
Go
the
check out
Amber
it.
Cassidy's
Stop
episode.
listening to Sam. Why are you listening to Sam? Go check out Amber's episode.
Don't listen to me. Amber's got music
No,
coming out too.
finish this
Ooh.
episode and then go listen to Amber Cassidy's
Oh wait,
episode.
is he leaking Amber news?
I'm not leaking it.
Okay.
That's
She
announced.
announced it.
That's announced.
Okay. Just making sure.
I don't know where I was.
Well,
Virginia Beach.
Okay.
Virginia Beach, Virginia.
This
in
is the
community
story.
college.
So in Virginia, when I was in high school, I was just like a huge theater nerd, huge theater kid, and I think I like was very friendly to everybody. So I had a lot of friends, but I was like such a loser. Like I was just like floating around from class to class. Like I wasn't cool by any means. I was doing theater and like just like goofing off in class, but. Once COVID hit and the pandemic, that was like my villain origin story. And I was writing songs in community college because I was like, I also don't want, I got denied from Virginia Tech, but I didn't want to go to JMU without knowing what I was going to study. My sisters went there, so I would have been fine. Like they would have hung out with me. It would have been a good time. But I was like, I don't know what I want to do, so why am I going to go there? So I was like, I think I'm going to go to community college, and my twin sister was like, I think I'm also going to do that, and I was like, oh, well, that's sick. Like, we'll just do it together. And so I did community college, and I learned how to play guitar during, like, the shutdown process. One of my friends from high school, Eliza, she would play guitar for me and I would sing and I was like, this rocks. Shout out Eliza. and then when it was COVID, I was like, my sister has a guitar. And so I just started teaching myself and then I had nothing to do besides play guitar. And I would play for like 8 hours at a time. And then I was like, I'm not a good enough singer to like cover songs. And I'm not a good enough guitarist to cover songs. But if I write my own songs,
Then you have autonomy over it.
right. I was like, nobody can tell me this sucks or I'm not doing, they can tell me it sucks, but I'm like, they can't tell me it's not good enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They can also do that. But when I was like learning, I was like, nobody can tell me that I've messed it up.
Right.
It's a creative process,
Right.
you know?
No one can say you're playing it wrong. No one can say you're saying it wrong.
Right.
It's your song.
It's my song.
Yeah.
Exactly. So then I was doing that and then that was community college. It was just like me playing songs and hanging out. And
So you said that you were thinking, okay, maybe I'll go to Nashville and sing a little bit on the weekends and stuff and maybe find a school down here. But how did you land on Belmont?
okay, so I was like, I'll go to Vanderbilt. I had like this scheme. I was like, I'm going to go to Vanderbilt. I'm going to study something super easy like business, which would not have been easy for me. I don't know why I thought that. But I was like, I'm going to study business and it's going to be like a piece of cake, easy homework. And then I'm going to go do writer's rounds on the weekends. I was going to gig. And my sister was like, why don't you go to Belmont? Like, that's the music school out there. And I was like, you don't know what you're talking about. Like, no. I was like, Belmont's not a real school. I've never heard of it. And then like she walks out of the room, she's like, all right, whatever. She walks out of the room and then I like looked up and I looked up like the campus and I was like, oh, this school is beautiful. I was like, this is my dream school. And then I looked up their majors and I was like, they have an entire, like the Mike Herb College is dedicated to like everything that I wanted to learn. I was like, are you kidding me? So that I just didn't know it existed. There was nobody from my high school went to Belmont except for me. And then after I went, I knew a couple people who were younger than me who went. I knew some people like in the Virginia Beach area who went to Belmont and I was texting them questions and stuff, but like Belmont was just like off the radar for me, which is far, you know? But when I found out it existed, I was like, oh, I have to go there. Yeah. And then they had a songwriting program.
Yeah.
So that was like my next step. I'm rambling.
No, you're answering the question.
Okay, fair enough. This is my villain origin story. This is how I came to be.
Yeah. So then, well, let me just say anecdotally, what's funny about that is, and I don't know if you know this about me yet or not, but like when I toured Belmont in the summer of 19, I just wanted to get back home and like,
Really?
go hang out with my friends. Like I was not interested in college tours at all. I did not want to think about the next steps. I was just finally getting comfortable in high school. Like I didn't want to leave. I didn't want to.
Well, that's it. It's like you were writing the songs about high school.
Right, sure, yes. But I'm saying I think it's you probably have this idea of like me like walking around Belmont and being like, I'm gonna go to school there. I'm gonna love it here.
Okay,
Like
yeah.
I was like the kid on the tour who's like on his phone,
Really?
like, head down, kind of bored with it. I remember
blows my
very
mind.
little about my Belmont tour.
Okay, I had already like paid the deposit when I visited Belmont. Like seriously. Wait, what about you?
Yeah. I knew I wanted to go to Belmont in 10th grade, and I toured it I toured it once, and then I visited a couple times. My friend Sarah started going here, and I visited her while she was here.
Love Sarah.
And so that would have been senior year of high school for me and us. Yeah, I don't know. There was no question about where I was going to school at like really ever. Like as soon as I started thinking about colleges, I had an answer more or less. I applied early, decision, got in.
Did you know your
Committed.
major?
Mhm.
Like in 10th grade?
Yep, pretty much. I job shadowed a tour manager.
You were music business, right?
I job shadowed a tour manager who was a Belmont alum, and he was a music business major. And I was like, cool, I love it. That's my path. Done.
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 I didn't know Belmont existed. I didn't know like music schools exist. I mean, I had heard of like Berkeley,
Yeah.
but I was like, I'm not going to Berkeley. I learned guitar last year. You know what I mean? But like the people who go to Berkeley like were born with a guitar in their hand. I was like, that's not me.
I toured Berkeley.
Yeah.
Here's the crazy part. I was like, I won't get a good enough education at Berkeley. Like, genuinely, like, college education. You know what I mean? You go there and you play music.
Okay.
And I was like, I also want a college education. You know what I mean?
Right.
What I think is really crazy is if I actually gave a damn about the college search, I think there's a universe where I end up at NYU. Because I go, oh, this has a lot of comparable things to Belmont. It's New York City based, which like New York, New Jersey, this is like my heroes, where my parents are from.
Yeah.
That's my
Mixing
mecca.
Room Podcast. If you have the chance to walk around New York City with Daniel Mazzarina, do it.
Well, okay, actually, let's get into that. I want to get into
Really?
it. I want to talk about this.
I cut you off. Wait.
No, that
Okay.
was basically it. Is there's an alternate universe, I think, where I go to NYU. I don't know if I come out the other side about the same as I did or not.
NYU?
We
I don't
did
even know what it
kind of.
looks like.
We saw a little bit of NYU's campus, but that's the thing. It's so planted in
They're
the city.
like in skyscrapers.
But like you
Yeah.
could take the subway like places. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. I think there's an alternate universe here.
I'm not
Where if
gonna
I
lie,
give a
guys.
damn, like really the reason we went and toured Belmont was it was geographically the closest by like a little bit.
Oh, really?
Like NYU was a little bit further.
Yeah.
And they were like, we think the college counselors were like, we think Belmont would be your best bet.
That's funny. See, Belmont was not geographically the closest for me. I don't know why I didn't even consider anything like NYU, or I think maybe very, very, very briefly I did. But like my impression of NYU was like them going to NYU in Glee. You know what I mean? And,
Right.
Yeah.
And Berkeley was closer than Belmont, but I don't know. It was the shadowing experience that my high school required, so I guess they shout out to them for requiring that. But shout out to my parents for helping me make it a cool one and shadow a tour manager.
Oh, okay. You. The
I
guy you
went to-
shadowed told you about Belmont.
Yeah, I went to a concert that he had that on a tour that he was managing
Okay.
in Philly, and
Do you know
was like
what
this
concert?
So he was at the time managing a tour for Brett Young, which is a pretty sizable country artist.
Yeah.
And by that I mean he's like 6'7" or something like that.
What is Wait, what does Brett Young sing again?
In case you didn't know,
Oh,
that was his
okay, there we
breakout
go.
hit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
We could give
and
you
it
a
was
snippet
would've
of
been a
that, but
fun
then we'd
show.
have to pay.
Yeah. And it was while that tour was like right after he released that. So it was a really good time to see that tour.
Okay.
And I was like, wow, I have to be this guy. I have to do what he's doing.
Yeah.
Like he was given a nickname on the tour. Everyone called him Cheese. And they started calling me Little Cheese. And I was like, that's me. I'm Little Cheese. I have to go do the same thing he did.
Wow. No, that's destiny.
So then they
Yeah.
let him loose. They cut the cheese.
There we go.
But let's talk New York. So for our listeners, Sammy, myself, and our buddy Adam from Dugout Entertainment, we've done an episode with him. We just went to New York with our buddy Jacob. It was Jacob's birthday weekend, and Adam and Jake and I spent about 4 days in the city. Sam, you spent about 2.
Yeah.
And I mean, I feel like we all just kind of went for broke on it, but it was the greatest thing ever.
It was so much fun.
Like talk about what you gained from this and what you felt.
Well, I was like,
Because we did a lot of fun, goofy stuff, but I think there was a depth to it too.
I know for sure that I was like, I don't know if I have like enough money to like make this trip happen.
Yeah.
But I was like, yes, I do. I was like, I can make it happen. Even if I'm there for 2 days, like it's worth it. And it was. Because I'd only been to New York once before that. And it was like for the span of 24 hours, like it was a layover.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw like some things, but excuse me.
I'd been there one other time, but it was a full 10 years ago, like 10 plus years ago. So
Yeah.
it wasn't.
You've been a bunch.
I've been a bunch. It doesn't matter. My New York experiences don't matter nearly as much. But I've heard you talk about this trip since you got back. I know it's made an impact on you.
It was just cool because it was like we were there and it was like I felt yeah, everyone feels this way, but like it's a sea of people and it was like you're walking around and nobody cares that you're there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was cool. Like we were just strangers, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It makes you feel really big because maybe that's kind of reverse. I felt like the main character walking through New York City, even though in reality, like it didn't matter. I was there and it was fun.
You kind of get a sense of like anonymity in the crowd that allows you to like write your own story, honestly.
We had a beautiful moment.
We did. And I think especially,
I think that's what we have to talk about.
we have to, especially because this episode, I know I didn't tell you this, but this episode is probably going to drop very close to the 4th of July.
Okay.
On the 250th birthday of the nation. So, Sam, do you want to kick this one?
Okay.
off?
I had like 4 things on my list, and Adam was my tour guide. Shout out Adam Castiller, watch his episode. He was my New York tour guide, and I was like, Adam, I got like 4 things on my list, and then we can do whatever. Like, it doesn't matter after that. And one of them was to go see the Statue of Liberty, which everyone, I don't know if you feel this way, but everyone was like, I can give or take the Statue of Liberty. I was like, I have to go see that.
Yeah. Like,
I don't know. Is that stupid?
no, I think it took on, I think it was something different when we got there.
Right.
Because for us in that moment, what we were realizing was like, it was you, me, and Adam standing there, and it was like, wow, we have grandparents, great-grandparents, great-great-grandparents who passed through Ellis Island, who
Yeah.
knew minimal English maybe.
Well, like everybody.
Who, right, just like everybody who's, right, like who came in that era.
Yeah.
Like came to the nation with virtually no money, virtually no plan,
Yeah.
virtually no grasp of the culture, the norms, the language. All they knew was wherever they were was not where they wanted their children, their grandchildren, their great-grandchildren to be. And they wanted better. And then for us to stand there on the other side of that, generations later, you know, still going for broke to be there, but the opportunity to kind of pay homage to that,
Yeah.
to that journey.
Well, okay, yes. I think the sort of like liberty with like the liberation with the Statue of Liberty and like that kind of like promise and stuff, I was certainly like that rocks, but I also was like
I'm 24, and this is something that I've always known exists. And it is art at the end of the day. Like, that statue is a piece of art, which you wouldn't think it is because it's such like you think it's a landform, how a part of America it is. But I was like, it is a piece of art, and I've known I've known of its existence. Wow, why was that hard to say? I've known that the Statue of Liberty has existed like my whole life. And then I was like, I might cry when I see that, you know? Because it was like, whoa, it's real. Mm-hmm. It's real. And you're right, it stands for all those things, which is huge.
And I think it was the reminder for me of all those things. And then, like, that day we saw the Freedom Tower. That day we saw Stonewall. That day we did mundane things too, like ride the subway and just be in and amongst what certainly feels like one of the most densely populated areas of America.
Brooklyn Bridge.
We saw the Brooklyn Bridge. And it was just to see all of these landmarks and memorials and, you know, things that are paying homage to the idea of America. Well, that meant something to me. Something that I think, because we can often be so critical of our existence and of the way everything is right now.
Right.
Being reminded that America is built on ideas and built on the backs of those that came before, that we are a country of immigrants and people who wanted to be here, who want better.
Right.
For us, for themselves, for the generations, for the greater community. You know, and then that night, as you guys know, Jacob and I went to see Bruce at the Garden. And so then hearing him sing a song like The Rising, which is about like a fireman going into the trade towers on September the 11th and, you know, never coming out and basically seeing his life flash before his eyes, like seeing the Freedom Tower that afternoon and 4 hours later hearing that song, you know, seeing the Statue of Liberty and hearing songs like American Land about immigration and wanting to come here for the betterment of your future generations. It was so impactful to me and deeply instilled a sense of patriotism that I don't think I had before.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
There's a quote that was shared with me a lot in high school from my choir and musical theater director, going back to that conversation, which made a huge impact on me.
Shout out high school.
But
everyone should try it.
It reminds me of the sentiment of what these landmarks truly mean, and it's frequently attributed to Sir Isaac Newton, but the quote is, "If I have seen further, it is by standing on the shoulders of giants."
Okay.
Yeah.
And the Statue of Liberty is huge. Sorry, that was a bad joke. I cried when we saw the Statue of Liberty, and I told you guys too. I warned you and Adam. I was like, guys, I'm gonna cry when we go see it.
Yeah.
And you guys were like, all right, that's cool. And I was like, and then we started walking up. I started tearing up, and I was like, dang, I am gonna cry. And then we got to it, and I started losing it because I was like, what? It's real.
Yeah.
But also, it's a woman with like a torch in her hand, like point at the sky. Like, it's intense.
It's a beacon of hope.
It's a beacon of hope. It absolutely is. Yeah. So is Bruce Springsteen.
Well, that's exactly what he starts the show by saying. He literally says, like, this nation that I've sung about that's been a beacon of hope and liberty for the past 250 years. That's like one of the opening things he starts talking about. And then what did I say to you guys when we were there? I said, what's going to happen tonight is he's going to play Born in the USA. I'm going to tear up a little. Jacob's going to look over at me, and he's not going to say anything, but he's not going to fully understand it either. And it's going to be fine.
He's going to let you have it.
Right. He's going to let me have it, but he's not going to really get it because he wasn't here to feel these things.
Now, if Bruce started singing about Jimmy Fallon,
then
Jacob would start crying.
That's what Jake was doing while we were there. You would think the host would go see Fallon. No, Jake got up at 5 a.m. to go stand. I was not doing that.
Wow.
But Sam,
New York was cool. We had a slice. We had
many slices.
I think I only ate pizza.
I
those 2
love
days.
New York pizza, dude.
$1.50 slice.
I said to Adam, I said $1.50 a slice. They were doing, right? So $3 for 2 slices of cheese. You can get a soda with it for less than $5. I said, Adam, we were paying $5 for 2 pieces of pizza and a Coke in high school in 2019 in Raleigh.
Yep.
And now we're in New York City and we're paying the same.
And the
price.
slices are probably big as hell too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, Jacob and I saw a Broadway show, and it was Dog Day Afternoon, and it was so good, and it had the actors from The Bear in it.
Wow.
I can't pronounce their names. It's like John Bernthal and
Yeah.
Eben Moss. I don't know his last name, but
Really?
yes, Cousin and Mikey from The Bear. I don't know. It was just cool. We got really excited to see the show.
Those are some really big screen actors.
They're
That's why I'm
both
shocked.
like in Marvel movies. You know what I mean?
Yes,
I was like-
exactly.
And we were in the orchestra, like right in the middle, and we were so close to them, and it was such a good play. And then afterwards, we went and got pizza at. He said you guys went. It was Famous.
Famous Rays?
Yes, Famous Rays on Times Square.
Yeah.
Shout out Famous Rays. That was so good, and they were so mad that we walked in, which is like the whole New York experience. They're like, "What do you want?" Pizza, man.
Obviously, I'm here for a sandwich.
I'm here for.
Yeah, I'm looking for directions.
Well, okay, I've got a front and back full of questions for you about your music, which I believe is the whole reason you came here. So
A front and a back of music.
let's talk about your music a little bit. Your debut single, Cheats, Thieves, and Liars, was an instant hit among those that heard it. And we've even covered it in live performances with you because we liked it so much. What were your inspirations rhythmically with that track? Because it's such a groovy little number.
Okay, I'm gonna give myself away. If you've ever listened to Shark Smile by Big Thief, they do the thing.
So you stole the strumming pattern.
I saw strumming pattern.
Borrowed.
well-
Inspired by.
I feel like I should like completely give away the song, but maybe I shouldn't.
It's up to you.
What do you want your audience to know, Sammy?
Maybe not that. Well, okay. The Shark Smile does that strumming pattern, and I loved that, and I love that it was like in the key of A. And then I found chords from Lizzie McAlpine's song Angelina. That's a great song, but she plays it like in 3/4, and it sounds like this croony like Italian ballad. And I was like, those chords rock. And so I just did them to that strumming pattern I had already known because like I was already covering Shark Smile. And so when I put those together, I was like, okay, this is actually like a great song. And now, or this is like a great chord progression, but I don't know if I want to share that. I just combined two songs and wrote a new one. but that, I don't know.
Look, that's how your parents make you.
My parents are both great songs. My dad is like Born in the USA, and my mom is Band on the Run. Like, if my parents were those two songs. I don't know if my dad's something more like Jason Isbell. Shout out Jace. Shout out Jace if you ever see this.
What's
I love that you and now our audience thinks you're on not only a first name
I
basis,
am
but
on a
fifth
first name
name
basis with Jason Isbell.
Okay, well
For
tell
reasons that I'm not gonna disclose.
Oh, okay. All right, keep it confidential.
I'm not.
The mystery is cooler.
The aura.
What was the original question? Oh, how
Cheats, Thieves, and Liars.
where that one? How did
Rhythmically.
I?
What like where that because it's such a dancey song. And you said
Well, yeah, you gave
Okay.
us your inspiration.
Okay, so I love Big Thief. They're one of my favorite bands, if not my favorite band. And their strumming pattern on Shark Smile, I had learned it. I had learned how to play that song, and I was like, this is amazing. And I loved that key of A. And then there was the chords in Angelina that were like the major 7 and like the 4/6 and like stuff like that. And I was like, okay, so what if I take those chords and I did it to this strumming pattern? And then it just kind of felt like my own at that point. And I was like, this is sweet. And then I think the sort of hits before the chorus was like maybe Kill Me Girl, if I'm being honest. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. And I liked that it's like a soft indie pop, indie rock song. And
I also like too that there's like a little bit of like a tape delay thing going on it. Like especially the guitar solo reminded me of Elvis a little bit, like Burning Love. That also does that strumming pattern too. And
You're right, it does.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Don't sing it. We'll have to pay.
Hey, Elvis. Elvis is dead.
So your sophomore single in 2024 was "Flirting with Angels," which
Yes.
was right on the heels of "Cheats, Thieves, and Liars." What makes you choose that to be the follow-up? Because "Cheats, Thieves, and Liars" was such a great track that was so loved. Like, I mean, you have to kind of put a level of thinking into what you're going to follow it with.
I don't know. I guess Flirting with Angels was also upbeat, and I kind of was like, yeah, I'm gonna make upbeat music because okay, a lot of our friends at Belmont write like heartbreaking songs that I love, but I was like, I'm not as sad as these people. I was like, these people write music that's so good and so sad, and that's just like not what I write. And I was like, okay, well, I think that's my thing, is that I'm gonna write like upbeat pop songs. Yeah. And I don't know if that's true anymore. I don't know. I did Cheats, Thieves, and Liars with Logan Freevol, and I did Flirting with Angels with Keller Lindley. And so both of them were finishing up at the same time, and I think Cheats, Thieves, and Liars was just my favorite song that I had written at that point. And so I was like, that one needs to come out. And then I had a song with Keller, and I was like, releasing music was so much fun. Like, let's release this song that I have with Keller, you know?
Yeah.
And so I went for it. And then I think after that, I was like, wow, releasing music was fun, but I don't have anything else.
Okay.
I ran out of music.
Yeah. So after that one came out, you took a break from dropping music for like about a year. So but
a year and a half.
A year and a half. But
Yeah.
we know that like as an artist, you're always working, right? Just because you're not actively dropping music doesn't mean there's not a ton of things happening behind the scenes.
Yes.
So what kind of things were you doing at that time? What did that year look like for you?
Okay, so I released Flirting with Angels, I think, in October that year, 2024.
That is what our research says.
I don't know, but I released it
Our
then.
research says right about October 25th.
Okay, wow. It was October 25th because my sister got engaged that weekend.
That was the second most important thing going on.
Yeah,
You said yeah.
yeah. No, she stole my weekend away from me. And my brother-in-law, Justin. I'm just kidding. Okay, so we were surprising my mom, and we were driving to Virginia Tech. It was my mom's birthday is Halloween, and we were gonna go to Virginia Tech for their homecoming football game, and I was gonna surprise her, and I was gonna release a song too, so I could like do a song I could drop a song with my family around. Yeah. Because I was like, that'd be so much fun. And then I did, and then my sister got engaged too, and I was like, what the hell? I was like, are you kidding me? This is supposed to be about me, my mom, and Virginia Tech. Yeah. Well, my brother-in-law went to Virginia Tech, and his whole family.
So what else were you up to for that year and a half?
He was just so depressed that he got upstage that weekend.
Yeah.
He said, I can't do this music for a year at least.
How do you rebound? How do you get back from that?
Well, Flirting with Angels didn't get nearly as many streams as Cheats, Thieves, and Liars, so I was down on my luck. No, the truth is, I love Cheats, Thieves, and Liars and Flirting with Angels, but like every artist critiques their music. And I was like, I think I need to like lock in and really write songs that I don't feel like I'm going to critique them after they're out. And so I just was like, I'm just going to write as much as I can. And then the hiatus went longer than I thought it would because some of the people that I wanted to record with, we were all so different. We were all busy in different ways, and our schedules were all pretty rough, but I was like still writing that whole process and stuff. Mm-hmm. I put out Cheats, Thieves, and Liars and Flirting with Angels, and I wanted to do something more conceptual. I wanted to do like an EP and a project. So I was like, I want to write songs that I don't feel like I'm going to critique. I want to have enough songs that I feel like are super finished. And when I play them, like they're right, you know? So I don't know. I think that's sort of what took so long for me to release music again.
Yeah.
And now I'm doing it.
Yeah, you are. I mean, earlier this year, you had "I'd Be Your Girl," and we were at the. Well, I was at the release show. You were at work, I think that night. Yeah, he missed it.
The most
Yeah, it was.
Tragic absence. Well, but for Trent's sake and for the audience at home, tell us what it was like to have a headlining show here in Nashville on a Friday night for release day, and then also what rehearsals looked like to prepare to play your music live. Because some of your, especially your newer stuff, it can have a lot of earworms and ear candy, and like, to get that into a deliverable for a live show. Like, what does that look like, and how did it feel?
Okay, well, I couldn't have done it without Mariah and Ellie from Honeybee Promo.
Shout out Honeybee Promo.
Shout out Honeybee Promo. Ellie just moved to New York.
Really?
Yeah, and Mariah was like, dude, if you want to move out there, like, you gotta hit up Ellie. I was like, I will. They were awesome in that process because they're so organized and like they understand aesthetics more than I do, and my aesthetic more than I do, and like locked in. And they were making posts, and they booked Anzie Blue. Anzie Blue, shout out.
Incredible venue.
Incredible venue. They're the only female-owned venue in Nashville.
That's right.
Which is insane. I think they've been around for after we graduated, maybe like 2 years now, I guess. They're new.
I didn't realize how
I
new
was
they were.
thinking about the same. Yeah, I was thinking that.
Well, I don't know how long they've been around, but they're one of the newer venues, and they're women-owned. It was so easy working with them, and they like let us do whatever we wanted.
Yeah.
And yeah, everybody who was working that night was so cool. Anzie Blue rocked, and that's a like a nice space. I was like, I'm like,
And you drew, and not only did everybody pull up to your show, everybody pulled up to your impromptu after party too.
you want to hear a story about that?
I would love to hear a story.
I know you guys know because you weren't there, but I know I told you. Okay, so after the show, my outfit. Trent's gonna put a picture on the video, but I'll
I'll
describe
put it on a video for socials.
to the Spotify list. Oh no, to the audio listeners. I was wearing these like rail yard like blue with white pinstripe barrel jeans that were huge, and I had a shirt that kind of matched with it, and so I just kind of looked like one pattern, like 6 feet of one pattern, and I was wearing one pattern. And I went and I told everybody like after the show we're gonna go to Greenhouse Bar, and when we went, I'm like wearing this ridiculous like David Byrne-esque outfit, and I wait in line, and in front of me is Josh Kiska, the singer from Greta Van Fleet. And I just played my first headlining show. Yeah, dude. I just played my first headlining show, and I was like, I feel like a rock star. Like, I feel like I'm famous. I mean, I'm not. Like, Josh Kiska's famous. And he's in front of me, and him and his buddies turn to me. Well, I asked them if they're in line because I couldn't tell when the line was starting. And they turned to me, and they're like, dude, your outfit rocks. Like, what are you getting into? And I was trying to be, like, cool. It lasted, like, 10 seconds. I was like, oh, like, I just played a show. Josh Kiska, I've been to one of your concerts before. I know exactly who you are. He's like an insane singer. And I had a Greta Van Fleet phase.
Have you heard their cover of "A Change Is Gonna Come"?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
incredible.
It,
How many people cover Sam Cooke and raise the key?
no,
Yeah.
not me.
Well, hey, now.
Oh, should I talk about the show?
Yeah, we'll talk about the show, talk about the rehearsals, and then because I want to get to you've still had newer music since then. You've been on the grind.
Okay, so
Talk about those rehearsals and like the show itself.
the show is nerve-wracking. My family wanted to come out and they wanted to see me sing, and I'd Be Your Girl was like at like 98%. But you guys know this, like that last 2% before a song is like ready to see the world is like guttural.
Yeah.
It's so intense, and Keller and I wanted to kill each other. It it was messed up. And we were like, we have to put this song out and we need to book a show like instantly. I think we had like maybe 5 weeks or 4 weeks to like really get that show going. And Honeybee promo like locked in. Anzi Blue was like, we like luckily have a spot for you. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. Like I'm gonna get my family out here. And then my parents showed up and my aunt and uncle showed up and their friends, and it was so much fun. But I was like going insane. I was so tense that week because I was like, I haven't released music in a year and a half. I get stage fright in a sense that like I freak out until I start singing and then I'm like, oh wait, I love this. But I'm like, oh God, everyone's gonna show up. Like, what if I mess up? Like, it was like earth shattering. But we had 1.5 rehearsals. I don't know if that's like I don't know if I should reveal that, but my band was amazing. It was Grace Goodman on drums. Keller Lindley played lead guitar. I was playing some rhythm guitar and singing. Quinn Salick was playing 3 keyboards, 2 synths and his keyboard. We had Caitlin Trudeau on bass, and she filled in like a week notice. And we all got together once and we did like a really rough like answer questions about the songs rehearsal. And then the next day before the show, we like ran all the songs one more time. We're like, all right, guys, we're professionals. Like, if we don't know what's happening, we know how to figure it out. And then it went so smoothly. Everybody was like, your band was so locked in. And I was like, we weren't locked in. Yeah.
Well, you were. And
We were.
And you all delivered.
Yeah.
But now, in the past, I guess, month or so since we are taping this, but maybe to our listeners at home, it's been a little bit. But your most recent release was recently Reese.
That rhymes.
I know. I kind of wanted Trent to ask that question just to make him say that, but
Can't trick me into rhyming.
can't trick him.
Maybe we should all give it a shot. Recently Reese
Was your most recent release?
was my most recent
Your
release.
most recent release was recently Reese.
Yeah, Sam, I heard your most recent release was recently released.
If I'm thinking about all my releases recently released,
Out of things that were recently released, recently released
Would be
comes
your
to
most
mind.
recent release,
Yeah.
yeah.
unless the next one comes out before this episode. Okay, let me wrap 2 questions into one. Try not to let this ruin you too much. Tell us about recently Reese, and then tell us what you can about your next single,
Okay.
which is probably like close to being out or out by the time this comes out.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, so recently
I got him.
uh,
Your most recent release.
my most
recently
recent release was recently released. I wanted to put a song out on my birthday, so I put recently Reese out, and I like didn't tell anybody. I think I gave like a week's notice on Instagram. I was like, by the way, the song's coming out, but it's a folk song, and it's like a complete 180 from I'd Be Your Girl. It's like the campfire stuff I was writing in community college, but I wrote it with Logan. And Keller produced it. Keller's producing all of my songs that are coming out. And that song for like 3 years. It's like it's almost it's like a 3.5-year-old song recently released.
So it isn't recently written. It's just recently released.
It's just recently released, yeah.
And recently released.
Wait, what?
I'm just trying to say more words
He
to
said,
confuse
and
you.
recently Reese.
Freeze.
Recently Reese is a campfire-based song. Like, it's got that vibe to it, like Sam was writing in community college. Check that out. Sam, you have another single either in the works.
I have more things to say about recently.
Okay, then what do you want to say about it?
I wrote it 3.5 years ago with Logan in my tall hall dorm room, and it was like just lap slaps, and like those chord note hits have like always been a part of the song. And then Logan wrote that guitar part, and then I wrote the words and the melody to it. And I mean, we probably wrote the words together, but It was 3.5 years ago. Who knows? Bring him on the podcast. I'll tell you. But we wrote it together like in my dorm room, and we like wrote it like in one night almost. And I think we like fixed up the verse like the next day, or maybe we like wrote the other verse. And that song is older than Cheats, Thieves, and Liars.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So it's the oldest thing you've put out.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's probably going to be the oldest song that I put out. Because like everything else before that is like the stuff I was learning to write.
Yeah.
That one clicked for some reason. I don't know.
Okay.
All of the verses in that song are like inside jokes. They sound like nature metaphors, but the last waltz is the concert taping of the band.
Right.
Have you seen that?
I haven't seen it.
They bring
I know
on
it
like,
exists.
like the Staple Singers and Bob Dylan and Joni Mitchell. It's like we watched it, like Logan and I and some buddies, and so that was like a reference to that. Virginia is like obviously a reference to like growing up and stuff.
Yeah.
I love that song.
And we do too. We got to hear it. I remember hearing it before it came out.
Yeah.
It was still being mixed.
Logan and I recorded that, like Logan Keller and I recorded all of it probably in like 90% of the song in that afternoon, because it is just like guitar and those like quarter note hits. And the best part of that song was like we were all sitting around like a room mic, and like everybody had a different percussion instrument. We were just hitting like quarter notes. Like I was like hitting my knees. I think Keller was clapping. Logan had like a snare drum in his lap at one point. Like we just were like hitting different things.
Yeah.
I don't know. We were listening to a lot of Tyler Childers too when we wrote that song, which I love Tyler.
Are there more percussive pieces like that in your forthcoming single?
In Mermaid.
Ooh, are we title revealing? I mean,
Yeah.
again, it's probably out by the time this airs, but
The next song I'm putting out is called Mermaid. And no, that drum is all the percussion on that is Grace Goodman on the drums. And I think we did like some tambourine. There's sleigh bells like hidden in the verses. Yeah, if anybody wants to look for that. I don't know. I can't remember.
hey, well, it's funny that you can't remember because we're actually going to put your memory to the test.
Oh man, I've been expecting this.
So okay, go ahead and put your headphones on.
Wow.
So, Sammy, we know you love a rich arrangement. Your songs are packed with sub-melodies and ear candy. So, as we were preparing for this taping, we reached out to your producer, our mutual friend, Keller Lindley. He sent us over some of those stems, the raw tracks of the earworms, the hooks, the sub-melodies, the ear candy. And we're going to play you some of those right now to see if you can correctly identify which of your songs they're from. If you get them correct, you want to see this trophy.
Okay.
If you do not get enough of them correct, you let us open for you at your next show. Trent and I.
The thing about this that's so messed up is that Keller like loves like Brian Eno and loves like crazy noises that like no one can hear. And this is gonna suck. Keller puts in things in my song that like are turned down low, and he does it when I'm not in the studio, and he like sneaks stuff into my music. I know he does, and then he tries, and then I hear it.
Okay, so
I'm going to let Trent.
the slight delay is a little bit of a speech jammer. So I got to pop my headphones off for a second.
He's protesting the.
I don't like them. They're like making me like squint.
Well, you don't have to look. That's the point.
You're welcome to close your
Yeah,
eyes.
let's have him close that. Okay, so Sam's going to close his eyes.
Can I just look at you?
Yeah. We're shielding the screen from Sam.
Okay.
And I'm going to let Trent take it away. He's got the raw stems, the ear candy for this segment, ear candy. We're going to see how many Sam can get correctly, if he's going to earn this trophy, or if Trent and I are going to earn the opening slot at his next.
I'm afraid I'm going to be bad at this.
Okay, so
I don't care if you guys open for me. I'm afraid that I don't know how my songs go.
So I think that we need a point system for this. I think to get your trophy, you need 4 points. We got 3 little. Yeah, we've got 3 stems for you to listen to. For each stem, you can get a point for naming the song it's from, and you can get a point if you can get kind of close to what Keller named it. Which is sometimes the like sample or instrument that it is, and sometimes it's not. So
Okay.
Okay, here comes the first one.
here's number 1.
Oh no. This is so upsetting.
We'll play it. We'll play it one more time for you.
Play it one more time for him.
I'm playing one more time.
One more time.
It's his roads. It's his roads. I know that. I know in I'd Be Your Girl, I go, "Wee," but I don't remember him.
Is it the Roads from I'd Be Your Girl?
I don't think he had the roads yet when we recorded that song. I don't think he had bought it yet.
I'm gonna need a final answer, Sammy.
I think it's that melody. I know it's that melody. I think it's a Rhodes, but I think it's gonna be on Timeline.
Okay. I'll give you that it's a Rhodes because I can't disprove that. So I'll give you 1 point. This is a stem from Flirting with Angels.
What? Whoa!
Yeah, the sample or the stem that we were sent is called Secret Phaser Roads.
I guess, and I should tell you this: it's from songs that you have out.
Okay.
There's no like unreleased content here.
Flirting with Angels is like the old
Well, you
era.
still guess I'd Be Your Girl, so I'm gonna give you 1 point for the Roads.
Okay.
Incorrect song.
I
You're
didn't
at 1 point.
realize.
You are 3 points away from going home with this.
Okay, here we go. Number 2.
Is there a child getting lost in a well?
I knew it. I knew this was gonna be one. We looked up whale noises on YouTube, and we held my phone up to the electric guitar pickups, and we recorded whale noises, and that's in I'd Be Your Girl.
Okay, yes.
You get 2 points for that. That is correct.
Yeah.
Well, that was like one of
All
our
right.
favorite recording days was when we put whale noises in I'd Be Your Girl.
See, look, you're doing so good. You are only 1 point away from going home with this trophy. Are you ready for your third?
No, I just got 3 points.
No, you got 1.
4
Oh, okay, sorry.
You need 4.
Okay.
So, are you ready for your third and final stem? If you
ready.
get the song correct or the instrument or like the title correct, we can send you home with the trophy.
I feel like it's getting progressively harder.
Well,
I'm stressed.
best of luck. Final stem. Pac-Man machine. Do you need to hear it one more time?
Yeah.
We're gonna hear it.
This is
And
the
you said it's songs that are out.
songs that are out. This is
Okay.
for all the marbles here in the mixing room. The final question for ear candy.
Well, I feel like
It's from a song you've released.
it just doesn't sound like it would be on recently Reese, but that's like my guess. I know that he's doing a guitar thing on it. It's like a delay. It might be a synth. Why are you making that
You look at
face?
me like I know. I didn't record the song.
I think It's not on an unreleased song.
That's correct.
I think it's a glittery synth from Recently Reese.
All right, let's give a round of applause for Sam. It is from Recently Reese, so you got the point you needed. Unfortunately, Glittery Synth is not quite close enough to Bendy Glockenspiel to give you both points.
Oh,
But you do still get your 4 points. You just barely eked by.
Bendy Glock. That's what they used to call me back in high school.
I'll pay you to keep that in. Okay, well, Sam, you know how we like to wrap these up. You like to wrap these up with some fan questions. We do have a lot of anonymous fan questions.
Wrap this up?
Yeah, we're getting to the
What
end.
the hell? I was having so much fun.
We got to end it on a high note. So we've got some anonymous fan questions and one very specific fan question.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's kick us off.
We're going to start it off with a question from Caitlin in Nashville. Caitlin wants to know, why so swag?
Is this Caitlin Judell?
This is Caitlin in Nashville.
Caitlin in Nashville. Why so
Who
swag?
follows the mixing room and replied to our story with a question.
Well, Caitlin, the reason why I'm so swag is because swag is something we've all got.
Wow.
Ooh, prophetic words.
There we go.
Okay, this is from an anonymous source. What do you think makes a song feel complete when writing? Is it a feeling, a formula? What is it?
Oh, I think the storytelling, like I feel like the narrative has to finish somewhere, like the story has to wrap up. It's definitely a feeling, but the feeling comes from like, did I answer all the questions that I was asking? Does this complete the story? Have I provided enough context for what I want to sing about, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Cool. We've got another anonymously submitted question, which is, what is your favorite instrument to use in your music?
In my music, my jaw harp.
Oh, that's such a good answer.
Maybe you can get a video of me playing it. If people don't know what a jaw harp is, it's in a couple of my songs that are coming out,
Including Recently Reese
and
and some more to come.
Yeah, it's in
Yeah.
a song called "The Clock Shop."
Okay.
We got this question was submitted so close to taping that it didn't make it into the show notes, but I wanted to ask it to you. Sam, when you were 10 years old, how do you think you would have responded to being told you walk like a bitch? And do you as an artist identify with glitch music?
Well,
Do you know who submitted this question?
yes.
Who submitted this question?
Brogan Smith, you should have him on the podcast. When I was 10, someone said I walked like a bitch.
Wow.
Well, did you?
Who's to say, really? I think we need to work it out on the remix, Brogan. I love glitch music. Glitch music is
I'm told that's a Charlie XCX reference.
yes. Charlie Glitch is out, but glitch music is the music you need to hear when you're feeling like your mainframe is breaking. That's what glitch music is. Glitch music makes you just like.
This is the second type of music I've been taught about on this show. The first was Isaac Berryhill talking about shoegaze,
Okay.
which
You
is,
don't know what shoegaze is?
I do now.
Okay.
Isaac told me.
Okay.
You learned like a year ago.
Yeah, we had Isaac on. I learned it. So I guess he's here. I'll learn a new subgenre.
Yeah.
We've got one more.
All right.
Another anonymous submission.
Yes. Since you are from Virginia, have you ever considered writing a love song about Virginia? Like people from your home state would know what it's really about, but everyone else would think it's just a love interest.
Did my mom submit that question? My mom's been asking me to do that for years.
I don't know.
Why are you laughing?
Did your mom personally text me before the show?
Text?
Text me before the show.
Oh,
And say, hey, Dan, it's Rebecca, Sam's mom.
how do you know that? Shout out my mom. I told my mom I was going to be on this podcast, and she went and listened to Caroline's episode.
Nice.
Yeah. My
Well, we
mom
love
loves
her
the mixing
too.
room.
And we know that she would love a love song about the state of Virginia.
Yes.
So why haven't you done that, Sam? Did you want to disappoint your mother?
No, I don't want to disappoint my Mamma Mia. I have considered doing that. I've started that song a million times, but it'll click when it clicks. I have considered writing a song about my hometown and maybe using like Virginia as like a girl's name and writing a song like she's my hometown. I don't know. I've tried it a couple times. It's every time I do it, I'm just like, I don't have it quite right.
Well, hey, maybe if you do, we'll have you on again and you can tell us about how you finally struck gold with it.
Right.
But Sam, thank you for taking the time to be here with us.
I want to
know
keep
it's
talking about stuff.
long overdue.
Don't kick me off the show. They're kicking me off because they hate me. I'm their least favorite. There's so many questions on here that you haven't. We only looked at 2 of these papers.
Look at all of these papers. Front and back.
Front and back. Should I talk about Virginia again now that I've warmed up? My childhood.
You should write about
I've waited a year to do this and they're kicking me off the show. Can you believe this? All I've ever wanted was to be on the mixing room. Caveat is a real band. They don't want you to know about Caveat, but it's a real band. We're amazing. Oh, I think we should talk about Dr. Valentine. And do you want to tell who Dr. Valentine is?
I do not. So, Sammy, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you being on the show, and we look forward to having you back.
Oh, I don't want to leave. I'm having so much fun.
Go stream his music. Hey, do you want to plug your socials?
Yes.
Tell everybody where they can find you.
Do I look at the camera when I do this?
Yeah, do it in the camera.
Or this camera? Oh, I
No,
can't.
no,
That one
yeah,
doesn't see me.
yeah.
You can find my music under Sam Sparrow. Look up I'd Be Your Girl, recently Reese, Mermaid.
Mermaid, look at Mermaid. If you can't find it, guess what? You're gonna be able to real soon.
It should be out by then. It might not be out by then.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
Um,
Go to his social media pages. Go to his page on Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you find your music.
I'm on Instagram, sammy.sparrow22.
You can find that in the description of this episode, along with any other relevant links and platforms. TikTok, you're on TikTok.
I'm on TikTok.
Yeah, I posted one today.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't do.
I can't wait to like it, repost it, save it, and comment on it.
You're not going to comment like 12 times?
Nope.
The algorithm.
I only have so many words I can say. You guys know that.
All right, that's a wrap.
What?
That's a wrap.
Bye.
And that concludes our conversation with Sam Sparrow. We hope you enjoyed the interview, the segment where he had to guess pieces of his songs. And we hope you enjoyed the beautiful chaos that Sam brings to the conversation.
Yes, we should be bringing more fun segments in these interviews to you guys. So please stay tuned by keeping up to date on social media. That means following us at Mixing Room Podcast,
On Instagram
TikTok,
and Facebook, and maybe more to come. We'll see. You can also contact us by emailing us mixingroompod@gmail.com if you have input or questions, or if you want to be on the show, or if you know someone who wants to be on the show. That's a great way to get in touch with us. Hey, if you're watching us right now, that means you're on YouTube or Spotify. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, leave a rating, share the link with your friends. Do all of the things, because that promotion is huge for our artists and for our platform. We appreciate you greatly.
Yeah. If you guys want to take it a step further in supporting the podcast, you can click on the link in our bio and you can find our coffee page where you can buy us a coffee, make a donation to the podcast. A little goes a long way. Whatever you want to do to support us is greatly appreciated.
Yes, and we do need coffee. But in the meantime, we're going to hold on to our energy for the next episode because it's full of surprises too. So till next time, I'm Daniel.
I'm Trent.
See you guys.